Hello. Am I live? I gotta check. Oh, I'm live. And you can hear me. That's a good sign. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Let's make our announcement. Uh, Today we're gonna be more. We're gonna be doing more C++ GUI programming. What do you know? Sorry, I'm late. It's a few hours later than I normally stream. I can't even remember my own link. I'm awful right now. The morning has led me astray. Yeah, that's all people need. I probably should have put the link first. But hey, you live and you learn. Also, I forgot once more. I'll always forget. I'm not good at this Discord thing. I'm good at this Emacs thing though. So let's do more of that before I embarrass myself further. We're going to be, as I said, doing some C++ GUI programming in our C Note file organization program. I'm pretty sure there is plenty to do, as we are about to see. Alrighty, alrighty. Oh, we gotta load org mode. That's why it's taken so long. I'm like, did Emacs die? But no, I just haven't opened org mode today. So there's all these things that we've done, and then there's a million things that we haven't done. So we can work on those things, and we will work on those things. Let's just make sure that we can build it. I'm pretty sure we have CMake in, what's it called? Out? I'm guessing it's out. And then that should be all we need to do. So then that should be that. No work to do. Okay, then let's clean first. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. We're going to be here a few minutes. Okay, while we do that, let's check out the, I forgot that I should have specified a very specific clean target. I don't want to clean all of WX widgets, but I did, as well as lib format. So we're going to build that as the first thing we're doing today, just to prove that we can, apparently. Normally that's something I do. I make sure my build environment's clean and I can get a new one from scratch, but not today. Compiling the program, we no longer clean it. We're going to delete the executable and as well as parts of the CMake files in the C cache, CMake cache, and then we can we'll be good. We'll be good. Let's talk about what we'll be doing while that happens over there. So first of all, subclass WX button and handle left, right, double click separately. Same with WX list box. You know what the advantage to this is? I didn't delete the executable, which means we can probably still see it. No. CMake clean first definitely deleted the executable. We'll get there fast. It's happening. Already at 500. We're halfway there. So when we select entries, which will be clear in about 2 minutes, on the bottom we use a button, and currently we just use the straight WX button. But to gain more functionality, we need left, right, and double clicks able to be handled. And to do that, this means that we need to actually subclass it in C++. So we inherit WX button in our own button class. And what we will do then is, also let me just check the Discord. Okay, we're going good. I don't think I screwed anything up. We're going good. Oh yeah. Okay. So We can also add a refresh button to rebuild the list of entries and tags from the file system. This will be great. So if you end up making changes to the file system, you can then rebuild the tag and entry list pretty easily, and it'll update. Eventually, we can look into file watchers and all that jazz, but for now, this is fine. At least for me. Accept optional command line argument. I'd rather have like a GUI way of selecting a directory and searching for it, if that makes sense. I'd rather have a box where the user can like browse and select a folder and then like using the OS thing. Wonder if that's a thing in WX widgets. Let's check. Let me get a browser up here. All right. And in WX widgets, it loves to switch between light mode and dark mode. Let's check if there's, let's see, what were we talking about? We were talking about selecting a directory. Is there like a directory selection? Displaying a directory tree. Well, that'd be cool. We have picker controls. This is exactly what I'm looking into. These controls provide the user with the possibility to choose something, a file or directory, font, color, etc., directly. So dir picker, which is a funny name, dir picker, sounds like McGurd. So dir picker, I'm so dumb. This class supports the following styles. DIRP default style. What is that? Oh, dir picker default style. Yeah, I'm slow today. Take it, be easy on me. Oh, this is perfect. This is exactly what I would like. I wonder how GTK handles the dropdown. That looks suspiciously like a spin box, where you can, click up and down the number. All right, all right. Let us check it out. We have a dir picker, and I think this is what we're going to use. And also, hey, it's done. Close that, close that. Janitor should only mop once. Here's our program. We have no actual test files, because I'm pretty sure I can just go to a real world example where I'm using it. Nope, not here. Here. And we can go to here. Yeah, replace it. Why not? And here, I'm working on a little bit of world building. And as you can see, I have different tags up at the top. And in this bottom panel, it's not really clear that it's a panel. In this bottom area, there are buttons. And if you click them, for example, it will open a file explorer to it and navigate to it. And eventually, as we said, we're going to subclass button and make it so you can right-click it, and possibly it'll right-click will open to it as left-click now does, and then left-click will actually launch it, so it'll open it in whatever the OS opens that type of file as, if that makes sense. Which is just a little bit of command line stuff, which is exactly what we're already doing. As you can see, what the use is you can select and deselect tags, as we were talking about above. So I can select linguistics, and I get all the stuff related to linguistics, and I get a further narrowed set of tags where I can then go, oh, I just want PDFs in linguistics. And then I can say, oh, show me all the PDFs. Show me all the stuff related to lore. Show me all the stuff related that's written in tech. Does any of this track? Hopefully it does, because this is what we're working on. It's useful to, instead of, imagine just having to look at this and going, okay, time to find the story I wrote. It's way easier to go, oh, I was working on a tech document. It was linguistics, and oh, is this one? Does that make sense? It makes it very easy to narrow your search efficiently. So let's make it look a little better today. You know, let's give it a beauty upgrade, and maybe some features as well. So, and the dir picker. We're also going to add the dir picker to do add dir picker. It's such a funny name. I'm going to say it a lot. It's really fun to say. You should try it. Say it out loud. Say it out loud right now. I'm begging you. It's fun. I promise. Dir picker. Okay. Let's take a look at our code. Now that we know we can build it, let's change our compile command to not clean first. Okay, we're back to safe waters. I'm just glad I remembered to do that before I hit recompile. And let's see, what do we do? Let's go to main.cpp and figure out how we can implement this. So we have our C-note library, which is very simple. You can get a directory's tagged entries, and you can either recurse or not. So that's it. So, and currently there's no recursion, which is why in the example I have it directly, the executable directly in the actual file, the folder containing all the tagged entries. Anyway, let's start with making it pretty, okay? I'm pretty sure that there should be like a panel or something. A panel changes color. Okay, I want like a labeled panel. What do we got? Do we not have a labeled panel? Maybe it's called a box. We have a message dialog, a rich message, a list box. Okay, here we go. That's exactly what I want. A box for visually grouping related controls. What do we got? A static box is a rectangle drawn around other windows to denote a logical grouping of items. Oh, this is perfect. I love when they have pictures. Oh, VVAX3794. Hey. What's up, VVAX? How's it going? Thank you so much for tuning in. You're working on a game, right? Am I misremembering? I'm pretty sure a few days ago, 2 days ago, 1 day ago, you were in here talking about just working on an API wrapper. Nice. VVAX says, well, taking a small break from that. That's right. Thank you for the reminder, VVAX. You were working on a game and you're like, I'm getting tired of it. I've done too much game. And now you're working on an API wrapper. That's such an awesome switch up. I would never expect that. That's really cool. What API are you wrapping, if I may ask? This is looking good. So I think we want to put each of these panels in a static box. I think that would be the way to... Ooh. What's a static box sizer? Derived from box sizer, but adds a static box around the sizer. Oh, not around each child. Okay, well. I don't think we need that. Do we? I think we just have the static box have a child. How does this work? How do you add something to it? Uh-oh. So I'm a little interested in how a parent window must not be null. Okay. It has a window name. Where is it displayed? Am I missing something? Where does the static box go? Is that what the sizer is for? Let's see. Okay, there's an example. I'm slow. VVAX says, I started using Gilded, and I like it much more than Discord, and I got early access to their API for bots, lol. Oh, that's dope. I don't know how my muscle memory managed to do a lol instead of a smiling, but it happened. It happens, man. I'm a little flummoxed today, so don't feel bad. So create a panel and then create a box within the panel and then create things within the box. Okie doke. Okay, I'm just gonna steal this. We're gonna see if it works. Yes, this is copy and paste programming, but I'm looking at the documentation, so I don't feel as bad. This is the literal detailed description of a WX static box, which I'm about to try to use. Where do we build the... Okay, in frame. Okay, no. Oh, we're in CPP. Okay, so we have the CPP... not CPP. We have the C-Note library, which has all of the actual file... Like, it makes the data structure that sorts tags and entries. And then the GUI is responsible for constructing the GUI. And we're going to eventually have WX widgets main and, like, other things main, like maybe Qt or things like that. That's really cool you got early access to the Gilded API. What is your... So you're working on an API wrapper. That's sweet. To make it easier to use. That's actually super helpful. You're like being a PogChamp for Gilded right now. They're gonna love you. Like if you make it actually easier to make bots, which I'm sure you are. Okay. So we create a menu bar. I don't think that's important. Create layout. Here we go. And when we create layout, it's taking me about 15 minutes to get into the code. Vivek says, there was already a wrapper for my language, but I like doing it myself. Ah, I see. I think that's still worth it. Multiple implementations is kind of the point of open source. If you want it to be competitive. And the API is still in beta, which means it changes often, and with my own wrapper I can stay on top. Nice, so you don't have to change all of your code, you can just go through and change your translation stage, and everything is hunky-dory. That's pretty dope. So when we create the layout, we then want to create some new things. So when layout is a what? It's a box sizer. So this is probably where we want to put this stuff. Yeah, let's just use the static box sizer, because then we can just, everywhere we said layout, we can just use our new tags panel, or whatever it's going to be. We're going to have a tags panel, which they said was something like that. Maybe it's a pointer, I don't know. And then we have a tags. We're going to have the static box. And that's going to be a WX static box sizer. Panel equals panel this. Static box sizer equals new static box sizer vertical. I mean, there's only going to be one. I don't know. We'll do it anyway. We'll do this. So we have a static box sizer, tag static box. And it's a pointer. Okay. And both of these things we then can just add to. Okay, so we have to create them in this way. Panel equals blah, blah, blah. So let's go back to frame. And now we can say tags panel equals a new panel this. And then we can say, is this how this works? I have no idea how this works, by the way. Maybe I should be adding the static box directly to the box sizer. So I'm pretty sure you can add a sizer as a child to a sizer. So maybe the static box sizer should just be this. Ah, that's probably what I can do. We're going to try it. See, I think this may be where we're at. Egglet is mad. Hopefully Egglet gets less mad. Nope. Still a lot of things going wrong. We probably have to copy compile commands. Egglet is in the source directory, so we just have the wrong one, I'm sure. Compile that file, copy that file, not compile, into this file here, and copy to it, even though you're overwriting it. Now reconnect, please. I think I did it. Okay. We're running clean. So these are unused. So now when we say layout, we're talking about a static box sizer. So now all we have to do is actually construct the static box sizer correctly. Vertical panel box. Is that how I did it? Let's see how I did it. That isn't how I did it. Layout is the overall box, so I am going to need a child after all. So we're going to call it tags sizer, sure. And that is going to be our static box sizer. We'll get there in the end, don't worry. And then, okay. Whoa. And then a static box sizer, which is going to be our tag sizer. It should solve everything down here. And then we just have to add our tags list, not to layout. To layout, we want to add the tag sizer, and to the tag sizer, we want to add the tag list. Oh boy, I think. Anyone following? So we have this thing that holds the tags, and it's within a layout, a vertical layout. So this is like a div, and each of these is a paragraph. And there's a static box sizer and a wrap sizer. So this wrap sizer, we're going to have to put in an entry sizer if we want it within a box. So we'll see how this looks, though. Okay, that's fair. Have to have the proper directory. There we go. Where are we at? It's figuring out what needs to be done, which is the hardest part. What do we need to compile? What was changed? It's also the first compilation of the day. Probably loading everything into memory. There we go. And it worked. So let's do a build and run again from the correct directory. Okay. There you go. Everything looks great. Nothing went wrong whatsoever. So maybe I have to create that. So that has to be in a window. Do I have to add, so I maybe do have to add a panel? I tried. Which has a parent window, which is probably going to be this or layout. No. How does this work? What is the parent window meant to be? Is there a different constructor? Orient, window, and label, or static box and orient? What? So we can have a static box that we create, put in this static box sizer, and then add things to the static box. This is a surprisingly complicated structure that they've created. So we can create a static box in a static box sizer. And it also needs orient, which is probably vertical. I don't know. Okay, use of undeclared identifier panel. Can you use this? So even here, they create a panel in the frame of this. We're copying everything they do. We're gonna do it. So we have panel. And that's what we want to add the static box to? I don't even know at this point. I'm probably severely breaking things. Oh, and then we probably want to add things to the box. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. I'm probably committing horrible atrocities. If somebody that knew WX widgets saw what I was doing. Like, oh my god, this is horrible. There we go. Oh, yes. Clearly, this is better. This is much prettier. Well, we're nearly there. I see the beginnings of it. But then nothing inside. There's a lot of other broken things, right? We have the S and the beginnings of the lines, but that's it. And a little bit of a kerned T. Okay. Well, we'll figure it out. So how do I put... Let's go to Google. WX widgets, static box, incisor. We're going to figure this out. Using custom dialogues with sizers. We could look at the Python documentation, see if we learn anything. The following code will apply a given font to the children of a given sizer, except when a child is static box sizer, should be called. It's not exactly what I need. So they have a sizer with children of a static box sizer. Well, that's kind of what I want, what I'd like to do. So maybe I have to pass in null instead of trying to create a thing. This is C++. Null is null putter. And the string would be, we're just going to call it tags, right? We're just figuring out the WX widgets API, baby. What pops up? What pops up? Anytime now. Oh no. Assert parent. Failed in create control. All controls must have parents. Continue anyway? That's okay. So that definitely has to do with this null putter. So the parent of the static box sizer is the box sizer, ideally. So maybe so layout isn't correct. Let's get some completions going. Would it be this? What if we do that? I'm just trying to think if the box sizer is a window. It is, right? No, they're objects, which is, yeah. I'm pretty sure. Let's check a box sizer. Nope, it's just an object or a sizer, so it's not a window. Again, assert parent. Okay. So this probably would be this. But then this is when we're getting some kind of issues, right? We will see. If anybody is smarter than me in chat, please let me know. I will gladly take suggestions at this point. See, that's nearly there. It seems like, first of all the buttons are gone, which is interesting. The entry list no longer exists. They're either way down somewhere or just non-existent, maybe above. But we do now have a static box around it, like I wanted. There's just no entries in it. You know, classic. So we have these things called sizers, which are basically layouts or divs with like rules. So a static box sizer is meant to just have a label around it, but it wants a window. It can take this, right? So if we look at a static box sizer, see, they give it a panel, but panels, what are they? Its main feature over its parent class window is code for handling child windows and tab traversal, which is implemented natively if possible. Okay. So when we create a panel, what do we need? Where's the constructor destructor? So we need a parent window, which maybe this would be our frame. The window ID can be WXID any, point, default, tab traversal, WX panel name string. I think that's fine. So just give it a parent, make a panel and give it a parent window of this. Panel. This. We can probably just do this. Well, no, we have to use new. We could use auto if we really want to, because this is C++. And then we put panel here. And then do we add panel? RPWH says, yeehaw! What's going on, RPWH? Thank you so much for tuning in. What is up with you? Are you doing good? We are doing somewhat okay. We're working on making it prettier. You're about to see how pretty it is. Also, I missed a follow. Retina, thank you so much for the follow if you're still here. Thank you. Hey, here it is. Yeah, that's pretty. This is looking good. Okay. Okay. So, we have a panel. And it doesn't matter where it is. We just want to put it within a sizer, which apparently works, at least on some level, right? So if we take out adding it to the sizer, do we get the buttons back? Or is the panel being added to the frame actually making it draw? Do I not have to add the panel? Then I have to somehow make the another panel and like put them below each other? I don't even know at this point. First time chat from Retina 1337. The same follower says, sure, awesome. It is good to see it stick around, Retina. RPWH says, I'm doing good, writing some 3D rendering stuff using ray tracing. Oh, matrix multiplication, I'm guessing? That's gonna be fun. You're gonna do, what? Cross products, dot. You're gonna be taking normals. You're gonna be doing a lot of normals. Normal calculation. That's some complicated maths. Oh, this is so pretty. So good. This looks great, doesn't it, guys? So adding the panel definitely draws it. We don't need to add it to a sizer, which kind of makes it difficult. So you can either use panels or sizers, it seems. There's kind of two. It's got to be somewhere here. Here it is, WX sizer. Laying out sub-windows in a window. So a panel is a window, and a sizer is used for laying out sub-windows in a window. Or a sizer. A panel is a window. A sizer is used for laying out sub-windows. You'll have to use one of these. Yes. Here's all the flags. That's nice. So how do we add a panel? Okay. Just add empty space of the desired size and attributes, and then use the getRect method to determine where the drawing operation should take place. RPWH says, yeah, it's bringing me back to maths lessons. Lol. It really is. You gotta dig through Wikipedia like, what is this saying? Sadly, Google can't answer. Why won't my brain understand? So we're still working on it. Okay. That's a lot of things. So you can create a sizer item, and it needs a window. So what window are we passing to, for example, the buttons? We're passing this. So we should probably pass this. So can we somehow make it smaller or bigger or something? Are there flags I can set? Flags, no? What can I set? I can set dimension, okay. Set containing window. Set orientation. I can't make it like expandable. It needs a XY width height. Okay. That's not ideal. So I would love to just add the static, like, I'm not sure why we can't just add the tag sizer, the tag list to the tag sizer. I'm not sure why this won't work. Maybe we have to pass some flags when we add it to make it properly layout. Because this doesn't work. Things are broken. So when we add, we weren't even adding it to the layout and it's broken, so that's not a good sign. When we add a tag sizer, can we give flags? Yeah, okay, so like let's pass WX expand here as well. RPWH is currently working on differentiating outside versus local normals. Oh no. That sounds terrifying. I can't even begin to understand. Outside versus local. They're just points. Outside what? That's really cool. Okay. We're nearer. There's also no tags, which is worrying, right? There's nothing here. So, do I need to make somehow another panel? And then add the box sizer to that or something? And then make that panel? So can I, like, on this, can I call set what? We can set sizer. Can we set panel? We can set parent. So you can set the parent of a new window, just like we do with the panel. Okay. And just creating it, or the static box sizer, and just creating it does a thing. So if we just create a new panel in this, then we would like to actually add that here. Oh god, it's gonna be horrible if I have to undo it. And then panel add. Does panel have add? Panel doesn't have add. So do we need to create a sizer? So entry list. Okay, so we just need to add the entry list to panel, right? Yeah, so we need, yeah. So we need to do on the panel, set the sizer to entry list. A little bit of a Hail Mary, but we're going for it. We are going for this. Hopefully it works. It works, hopefully. What do we got? What do we got? 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, I missed it. I was really off. I wonder what is taking so long, truthfully. I'd love to know. Hey! Nearly. Right? Nearly. It's better. That's looking better. It's just empty still, which is surprisingly worrying. So let's also make an entry sizer then. We'll call it entry sizer. And this is going to be a new WX static box sizer in vertical mode, I guess, called this. Doesn't really matter, there's only one thing. Okay, and hopefully now we'll see what happens here. So now I'm getting rid of the panel. And we're saying not panel set sizer, but we're hoping that just like the tag sizer, we add it to this here, which would be the entry sizer. Okay. And this entry sizer is called entries. And then the wrap sizer, we have to add the entry sizer. So this would be the entry list. 1 WX expand. Oh, my bad. Control Z like minimizes Emacs, and I hit it all the time. Undo is actually control /, which is definitely one to get used to. That's very much closer. They're still empty, however. We're nearly there. So, can I set multiple sizers? I can't even set a sizer on the layout. Okay. I can set a containing window for a sizer, which is, I'm sure, what happens in the constructor with this. So with no panel, so it seems like we should add children to the static box sizer. That is how it's used, right? I'm not just making this up. It says make static text with box, WXID any. So it's saying make the new things, like the buttons, in this new... Oh, that's just the static box. RIP. Yeah, okay. So, for example, the box sizer is in panel, but can we just use this instead of panel? So the static box sizer is in this, and that is how you create your static box sizer, right? The second, yeah. Oh man. Static box sizer, and the second one can just be this for the frame, hopefully. And then when we create, so when we add something, what do we end up adding? We end up adding the entry list. So when we create the entry list, it's a sizer. So we're not actually creating anything here. What do we put inside the sizer? So what do we, entry list add in? So we put the tag list and the entry list inside the entry sizer. The entry list is a sizer. So what do we put in the entry list? We put the buttons. Okay, and the buttons have to be in panel, which is also this. Okay, well that's a failed one. So let's create a panel then. I mean, I've got nothing. Maybe we need a panel to like boomerang the events properly, or bubble the events properly. I don't know. I don't even know. This isn't my jam. So we create a tags panel. And then we create an entry panel. How are these panels? Are they just inherently displayed? So no longer do I need an overall layout? How do I lay out where the panels are? Do I put them in a sizer? I probably put them in a sizer, right? So adding to the layout, oh Christ. So this would become, I don't know what I just did. So this would become layout add tags panel. This would become tags panel. But that doesn't work. So all we do is say, what? How do we then have to add it to some sizer, right? This is confusing. So we have a static box sizer, a vertical sizer, and we add a new thing in it, in which we call get static box on the static box sizer. So when we add, Jesus. So what are we adding to the static box sizers? Let me just undo everything I did with the panels. I know. Kill me. Oop, there's more. It's going to be longer now. There we go. Now we just have an unused entry panel. That's fine. So this static box sizer, a vertical sizer, things laid out in rows, is added to a panel in this case. And then the sizer, when you add a new thing to it. So what do we add a new thing to the static box sizer? They're both underscore sizer. We have the tag list and the entry list. So when we create the tag list, we say new list box. So that should say the static box sizer that it's in, which is the tag sizer, right? Get static box. And that will make the list box hopefully not empty. And then when we do the same thing to the entry list up above, so not the entry list, but the things we add to the entry list, the buttons have to be in the entry sizer get static box. Uh-oh. Failed, assert failed, and set containing window. Windows managed by the sizer associated with the given window must have this window as a parent. Windows managed by the sizer associated with the given window must have this window as parent. Okay, otherwise they will not be repositioned correctly. Please use the window C-note with which the sizer is associated as the parent when creating the window. This is awesome. List box managed by it. So when we created the list box, we have to add it to the same, the sizer we add it to, the tag list, has to also be in this. Ah, ha ha ha. What an amazing error. WX Widgets has the best errors, and that's why I continue to use it. This is so incredible. This may be the most detailed debug alert in the world, and it's fantastic. Give me another one, CMake. Give me another one. I promise, I've changed now. I'm better. I always come crawling back. Oh man. If you are enjoying what you are seeing, be sure to check out the Discord. I make announcements every time I go live. You can be pinged if you ask to join the notifs group. We talk about all sorts of things that we are interested in, like linguistics. We do code review, and showcases. You can show off stuff you're interested in and stuff you've made. And then you can also just get help if you need help with something or have any questions. And then there's general for just general discussion. It's a ton of fun, and we laugh a lot, so I really recommend joining. Also check out the YouTube and such down below. Well, we now get no asserts, but there's also still nothing here. We'll get there. Yeah, be sure to check out the links down below. Cotton went live today. Did you hear? Finally, he's been gone for like almost 2 months. I'm so happy. I can't wait to watch the VOD later. Gotta stay hydrated. Okay. We can now take this static box sizer and move it into the frame. Oh boy. So we have layout, the two sizers, and then the entry list. Yeah, that's fine. Why is nothing shown? Right, that's our main question. Why is nothing shown? And we're going to figure it out. So when we create this, we use the static box because it's in a static box sizer. Okay. Yep, still nothing there, but it works. So the sizer suffix is static box sizers only. So these are our static box sizers. And we add to them a tag list, which is just a list box. I think that makes sense. It's been 84 years. I think this makes sense. So when you add something to the static box sizer, it must be created with get static box. So that means our tag list and entry list both have to, so entry list isn't actually anything. It's just in static box sizer. It's just another sizer. So it doesn't have like a static box, a place to put static box. You know what I mean? We could set containing window, get static box. I don't know if this is right at all. So the entry list is contained in the static box of the entry sizer. And then for the tag list, we do create it with tag sizer static box. So we do follow that. ID any, this window is a child of the static box. Exactly. Okay. Well, it is prettier now. One could say. It could be argued. It is much prettier. You know what I just realized, by the way, chat? I'm solving a bug that doesn't exist. This is why sometimes I'd like to die and crawl up in a hole. Remember when I had to go to the other place so that there was anything showing up? Yeah. I remember. We should add that dir picker. Let's just add the dir picker and forget everything that just happened, please. Anyway, dir picker. It's prettier now. Oh, I'm so dumb. Okay. Let's figure it out. We're gonna need to handle a new event, I'm sure. And then we're going to just add this to the main layout sizer. Oh, I'm so dumb. I can't believe I was solving a bug that doesn't exist for that long. Let's create a test entry. Oh my god. I'm so sorry, everybody. Test tag 1. Test tag 1. Test tag 2. Test tag 3. Look at us. And now it'll actually work. Oh god. These never remind me of that. Did I just close something? I did. Does controls... I don't even know what I pressed. Okay. Oh, it's control W. That's a rip. In Emacs, that means cut and paste. The cut part of the paste. Dir picker control. basically, we need to create one of these. So, yep, there's another one of the, basically a list box type of thing. And we're going to add this to the box sizer at the very top for now. Okay. So under create widgets, we are going to create a dir picker. A new one. And we're going to have to say a whole bunch of things. It has to have a window parent. It has to have an ID. It has to have a WX string path empty string. So the default path should be dot, the current directory. Message, directory to search. I don't know. Default position, size, style, validator, internal name. We don't need any of that stuff. So now, how do we actually configure it? I guess we just handle the event that it creates after adding it. Why are you mad? What am I missing? Unknown type name WX dir picker control. Where is it? It's in file picker. Pretty good. Not bad. Ooh, it's mad about something. Huh. Is it still mad? Was that just freaking out for no reason? I think it was just freaking out for no reason. It got a little spooked. The language servers do that from time to time. Unused variable dir picker. Okay. Thank you. So we would like to add it to the layout. Let's just try adding it like that and see what the hell happens. Because layout's a vertical box sizer, so this should just put it right up on top. Should work. Should work. Hey, the sun's on me now. Hey! Like it's from 1999, baby. We need to set the maximum height of entries. This is awesome. Okay. It now doesn't matter. Thanks for leaking my my documents by default. MISC. Yeah. So we can now select things. It doesn't resize. That's a bit of an issue. So can we expand in one direction? Proportion. I'm pretty sure that means it needs to be 1. Oh, I gotta... Alrighty, we got it working. How about that? How about that? And it's more pretty. It's at least not just blank, a blank window. Although, as Emacs is, a lot of people prefer a blank window. I just think it should be a little more clear what's going on. Yeah, this is better. Oh, that's not better. What if I set proportion to 0? That may make it not grow up and down. We may want to try the same thing with entry sizer, and that may do what we need it to. Where the top and the bottom kind of act as ribbons that don't change height until they get rebuilt. Even during a resize, yeah. I think this makes sense. Okay, nearly. It definitely fixed the top. So let's see if it fixes the bottom. Is there a way to fit the window? There is frame fit. I think we should set window size to wrap around its children. Let's try and do that. Is there a maximum that we can pass to this? Doesn't look like there is. We could probably set the maximum size of the frame though. Which means we'd need to query the size of the total desktop, which would be a little rough. So the resize didn't go well. It made it that big. But setting it to 0, the proportion, definitely worked. This is much better. Now we have tags. You can see if we select tag 2, 1 and 2 show up. If we select tag 1, did I give tag 1 to both tag 1 and tag 2? I did. But I didn't do one with the just tag 2. That's fine. Okay, I know why now. Because I did one just tag 3. So for tag 3, there's only one file. Tag 2, there's only one file. Tag 1, there's 2 files. Beautiful stuff. Okay, it is working. I was like, wait a second. But now, if we entered anything here, it doesn't actually work. Oh, it has autocomplete? Okay, that's Pog. That's Pog. Okay, thank you, WX widgets. I love WX widgets. It has amazing documentation, amazing debug errors. It's like, it's one of the best C++ GUI libraries I've ever used. And it's the only one I've ever used, so grain of salt and all. No, I'm pretty sure I've used Qt, I've used Juice to make VST plugins. I've used quite a few GUI ones, and definitely WX widgets is one of the best, in my opinion. Slap a big IMHO on that. Okay, and with this, what do we got? We need to handle when it changes. Dir picker changed, so we need that thing. And we're going to handle it by binding it to a function. Pointer, that is. And this is going to be on directory change. And then we just have to go write this. So on directory change, it's going to be in the frame. And it's going to be somewhere up here, sure. And this will be WX command event. Now we just have to copy this bad boy and go implement it with the others ideally. Pretty sure we don't need this, there's only one. And we can say, also I put the and next to event, didn't I? Yeah, my bad. I did that in all of them here. Oof. It's a reference, not an address of. Okay, directory change. And basically all we would like to do is say redisplay entirely. But with a new, here, where does redisplay come from? So we only want to redisplay after gathering a new directory. So where do we gather our directory from? Oh, we do that in the constructor, don't we? So we're going to need a new member function. With get data, create menu bar, could probably go here. So we can get our data, recreate our layout. I mean, technically we should only do this once, right? And then also get data should take in a path. Yeah, so this is just going to be a standard string, I think. Path. Dir path. And we can say if not standard file system, I think that's FS now, is directory. King Bun says, gang, what's up, gang gang? How's it going? You watch Theo Von? I watch a lot of Theo Von, or I have watched. Then we're gonna say, we could crash the program and say assert, but I think we're just gonna say to do, open a window, open a message dialog, /error dialog. You tell the user they must select a directory. Okay. King Bun says, I love Theo. Haven't watched a bunch of them recently, though, like his podcasts. The one with Riff Raff is ridiculously funny. It is, man. You know what's up. Okay, so this now works. It just doesn't match up here. So now everything should be hunky-dory. Okay. And now all we have to make is like a frame build everything. So we're gonna do a get data and rebuild GUI. We'll say refresh, because we're not rebuilding it. We're just refreshing with new data. Sure. Yeah. Sure. And that'll be a void, because why not? So when we get data and refresh GUI, we're going to need to know where to get data from. Okay. So we're going to have to call get data on dir path. Then we're going to have to do all the things that we do in the constructor after that. Somewhere in the constructor. Long, long ago in a galaxy far, far away. We get data. We create our dir picker. We only need to do that once. So we can move that above. And call it create widgets, not fill in data. See, the list box can be created with nothing in it. And then we can, I'm pretty sure, call tag list set to tag string array. And it's just that simple. And this can be 0, and this can be null. And then we can just, yeah, pop that way up here. Perfect. So this will say set tag list entries, displayed entries from tag array. Perfect. And then set the indices. This only needs to be done in the constructor, but it can now be done anyway in all of them. Populate entry list. I think we need to do it a different way. Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. I'll just say to do. This probably should be different. To do. This probably should be different. Okay. So do we create things? We create buttons. So the only thing we could do before this is say entry list clear. And before adding to the tag string array, do the same. And so we clear the tag string array and build it anew. Again, that should be different. We clear the entry list and build it anew. And then we lay out everything. So this only needs to happen in the constructor. These probably need to happen more at the same time. So we'll do those two. And that only needs to happen in the constructor. I think that's good. So we'll add this to the end of our overall reset function, wherever it is. Okay, so we get the data, and then eventually we're going to relay out everything like this. I guess we don't need to set sizer. We just need to relay out. At some point, we could also just replace that with redisplay. I think that's all we need to do. And then, guess what? On directory change, and just call this with the selected directory. So our dir picker needs to be a frame member, which I think we all knew. WX dir picker control. Okay, and then in the on directory change, we can use the dir pickers. Hopefully it just has a way to, we don't have any reference to anything. So the event handler doesn't actually have the frame. It does through this, doesn't it? Yeah, I think I just forgot to put frame there. What are we doing? The dir picker. Yeah, there we go. And this would, I'd like to get path. There we go. And then I'm probably gonna have to do like dot to standard string. So when the user changes directory, we get data and refresh the GUI using the dir picker path. Not bad. Not bad at all. Where are we at? I think we're doing pretty good. So now all of this, not create widgets, fill in data, all of this needs to happen in some other way. And I think maybe it does, because we have build tag GUI. Yeah, in which we do the same exact thing. The tag string and the tag list we clear, and then we add to them and create our tag string array, and then create a tag list. Set selection. Do we actually need to do this? I think we do. For the events. Yeah, so this passes this number through an event. That's why we do it. So we can build the tag GUI like that. So in the constructor, populate tag array, set tag list, blah, 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 is just build tag GUI. And really, we could probably just say get data and refresh GUI. And not have to deal with any of this stuff. Just layout. I like that. Get data, build GUI. And then this is overall layout. That's it. Why is bind mad here? Use of undeclared identifier bind. Oh, it's in all caps. That's my bad. See how she goes. Either everything is broken or everything is fine. What do you bet on, chat? What do you bet on? Do you bet on me? What do we got? What do we got? King Bun says, yeah, no in between. It's true. Because I just changed a lot of stuff. A little bit of refactoring, never hurt anybody, except for, you know, everybody. Hey! There's no longer any tags or entries. Okay. Interesting. So on directory change calls get data refresh GUI. Get data refresh GUI calls get data and redisplay. Redisplay calls build tag GUI. Build tag GUI creates the tag list out of the tag string array with set, as we were doing. And then we should probably pass true to these, by the way. If they take them, they don't take them. That's why we don't. Okay. King Bun says we have a winner. It didn't work. Oh god. So we create new buttons constantly. Oh, we create new buttons in the wrong way? We had to use the static sizer. Get static box. Same as before, same as before. Okay. I feel a little bit better about that. Yeah. Not bad at all. Okay, so where's the other this then? When we create the tag list. See, the tag list we never recreated, so it shouldn't have been an issue, but they still weren't showing. Maybe I don't refresh shown? I mean, we shouldn't have to. They should all be the same on a directory change. We will see, we will see. Okay. So, are we getting the actual data at the correct path? Perfect. So we hope to see the entries printed out, the tags and the entries that they correspond to, which is what this little print loop does. It prints out all of the entries in this list that we collect through this library call. Okay. Then we'll go somewhere else. And then I'll close it. Okay. And look, we did. The tags, everything is working correctly in the library. We're getting the proper tags, and it's even refreshing them in the proper way. So everything's working there. It's just the display. So the data is fine. And we also never saw this format print here be dragons. So that means there is no worry. Everything's going well, is to say. In get data itself. So it's not get data. Get data is going well. redisplay calls build tag GUI. What does that do? So that takes the data from data that we built with get data, and it says insert or add to different sets or arrays based on certain conditions. So we add our tags into our array, and then we set our array into our tag list. So when we create the tag list, we are using the tag sizer get static box, and we still add the tag list to the tag sizer, so that's going well. And we still add the tag sizer here. Then we set sizer layout, which is correct, and then we fit. I don't think that's too insane. And when the dir picker changes, we say, hey, when it on directory change, call that. And that calls get data refresh GUI, which apparently doesn't work. So let's print out, Well, we know dir path is working, so it's got to be something in redisplay. So build tag GUI. So when we build the tag GUI, all we do is set from the tag string array, which you'd think would work, but it's not working. So let's think about why it's not working. We clear the tag string array, and then we build it anew with add. So let's print out each one of these tags. Tag, which is and my last We print out each tag. I'm going to print out, each tag. Let's try that. Because in build tag GUI, if there are tags being added, then they should show up. There's no reason they shouldn't show up at this point. Unless something isn't like initializing that we got rid of. Which is possible. See, there's nothing. So let's do this and close. There's no output. So this never gets called somehow. Which, it's the first thing in redisplay. I mean, I don't think this is needed. Is it calling the wrong one? I'm just not sure what's going on. It seems like it should... Maybe it has to do with refresh shown. Maybe I need to do that, but I shouldn't have to because I guess I could. We could try refresh shown. I don't think that'll help anything, but we can try it. When should it happen? It's in data, so it should be after get data. I'm not like, I pressed enter, nothing's happening. Okay. Did we bind the event correctly then? Did we screw something up there? Make sure the on directory changed is being called. Here is when the directory changes. Good enough for me. So format flush would be nice. Is this a thing? Nope. Can I flush something like this? No. I need element string. So standard out as a file I see. So I'd have to use cout. Right? Yeah, there we go. So I just want to see when the directory changes, is the idea. Because if this is never being called, then we bound it incorrectly. Which I don't know how that would happen. It's pretty simple. But maybe there's more arguments that are required or something. It says ID func, but that's pretty normal for all of them. The user changed the directory selected in the control, either using the button or using text control. Dagger Fury says, "Hi Lenzer, your compiler video was suggested to me by YouTube and got immediately hooked. I just wanted to say hi and thanks for a lot of hours with coding entertainment." Thank you, Dagger Fury. That's a first time chat. It's so good to have you around. Thanks for coming and saying hi. I appreciate that greatly. Yeah, so it works. Just nothing shows up. Okie doke. Here is when the directory changes. So it definitely changed. Something happened, at least once. So we should be calling getData and refresh GUI. Which means we should be calling getData. So maybe we call... So it's driving me a little crazy, but we'll be fine. Refresh shown. Yeah, that should be good. We may have to refresh shown in here after we build our... No, it's just operates on the data. So we don't need to build our GUI first or anything. We can hope. We can hope. Hey, well, that's what it was. Oh, we did it. It works. Chat, it works. Oh, it works. Hey, gang. That's Pog. Hey. Very nice. Very nice. Oh. Oh, and it's even got the path correct. Oh. I should probably shorten those to, yeah, I can do that. I can do that. How do I shorten the paths? When I'm displaying them. Also, there's now lots of tags. We did it, chat. We're gonna commit this. We're gonna do it just all as one, because that's how we go. Oh yeah, I forgot I did this, by the way. If you add this to the CMake, then there's no DLLs, there's no nothing you have to deal with. You can just copy the executable. Here's the catch, it's 100 megabytes. But the DLLs you have to copy are like 200 and 100, and there's multiple, so it's like, this is much more efficient to do this. And it may end up being committed. I just don't know yet. I want to make sure. Okay, sure. I should probably not delete the tag file. That's probably a good example. So I should probably undo that. If you don't know, the tag file means that we can have directories in here with tags in them when you can't actually alter the tags at the beginning of the file. So now if I look at open source, you can see libs and source are all part of that, and test tag is all the text and stuff. Very cool. Dagger Fury says, have you ever thought about dabbling with Doom Emacs? Yeah, I tried. I tried Space Max, and then I tried, what's the other one? Rational Emacs, and then I tried Space Max, Rational Emacs, Doom Emacs. King Bun says, I'm in Doom right now, nice. But yeah, I'm just a classical GNU Emacs. every once in a while, I'll just wipe my entire configuration clean and then start again. And I love GUI Max as a starting point, rather than something more sophisticated or attempt at sophistication. Okay, so we're going to say modify example first. Perfect. Then we got include IO stream put in there by my language server. No, thank you. And yeah, so we need to add file picker. That's valid. What do we got here? I'm just going to make this the window. What do we got? So we add static boxes around everything. We refactored everything into get data and refresh GUI. I wonder if we could be good enough to actually not include on directory change, but also include the dir picker. No, I screwed up. Screwed up, everybody. Not also include the dir picker, but the updates to get data and stuff. We're gonna try. This is what maggot is good for. So we don't need on directory change. We do need the static box sizers because we are just doing the data change. And that definitely has to do with that, yeah. Static box sizers, get data refresh GUI. Definitely want that. We would like the buttons to work a little differently. Dagger Fury says, would be nice if you could do an entire video series about you setting up your Emacs from scratch. I'm sure it'll be quite entertaining for the people watching you. Yeah, let's do it. I'm into that. Let me write that down. Do entry, programming. And this is going to be what? Yes, set up Emacs from scratch. Screen. I mean, everything in this category is the stream. Set up Emacs from scratch. Suggested by at TTV at Dagger Fury. What a cool name, by the way. Title. Perfect. So on directory changed, we don't need that. We do want the changes to get data, which now use dir path. We'll take the empty line as well. Who cares? Or removal of the empty line, I should say. We definitely want the new sizers and stuff. I think this is all going to be good. This is a weird, very weird diff made by Git, but it's fine. Did I just say Git made by diff? I meant diff made by Git. I shouldn't deserve anything. RBWH says, have you forged any more spoons recently? It got cold and rainy. It's not ideal weather to be outside right now, sadly. Thank you for asking, RPWH. I have not. I forged before the weather got bad. I did forge a face and a better spoon. It was a leaf, but I did forge a better spoon. Yes, 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 yes. And look at that. Just like that, we now have the directory picker and the prettification all separate. Oop, I think there's one thing I screwed up before I do this. And that is in the very bottom. I'm sure I add the dir picker. See, I gotta unstage this one line. So now there's no reference to dir picker. There we go. That should be good. Now we can commit this and say, critify it. I think that's a thing. We basically just put labels around the different sections of the program that were previously unlabeled. Pretty good. Oh, but yeah, the weather was good for like 3 weeks straight in a row, and I took advantage, and then it just plummeted. Now it's yeah, I'm pretty sure you can even see. Now it's cold. It's very cold. It says sunny. It's not warm. And then this is the directory picker. And here we can say add directory picker widget. This allows for the user to alter which directory they are searching. That is searched for tag/entries. Tag files. There we go. Yeah. Alrighty. And now we can push it after our commit to commit, and we are good. It is in the bag. So let's think about what we've done on this to-do list. Did we add a refresh button? No. Did we subclass button? No. Did we add dir picker? Yes. Done. At that time. Add remove tags using GUI. I still don't know if I want to do that. Menu bar, file, open directory, selection dialog. That's a good thing. So we could, as well as having a dir picker, we could have file open directory as a menu dialog, which could also just call this. I think that's not bad. It's not something we need right now. It's not something we need. What is something we do need right now? Yeah, that's optional. Menu bar entries for exiting, help section, refresh. It looks like I mentioned refresh quite a bit. I fixed this solution and this solution. I guess we could still accept a command line argument. We could leave that to do. We added labels with static text. We used a static box, actually. We have a menu bar. So let's just call that done, and then work on the refresh button. Yeah, we could save the selected tags if we really want to. Our PWH says, yeah, it's pretty cold here, 49F. Oh god, and gets dark depressingly early. Yeesh. Is that like 15C? Even less. That's crazy. That is crazy. So to add a refresh, what do we have to do? We basically just call on directory change. That's all. That's how we just do this. So yeah, get data and refresh GUI. We just have to have a basically refresh. So what is this? So let's, instead of calling it refresh, let's call it something else. Maybe. Let's figure out what we'd like to do. Maybe we could just use on directory change. Yeah, so when we create the menu bar, let's do it here first. And this will be id refresh directory. And then we can just say on directory change when we refresh from a directory, and then we can just use an actual menu to append one of these. This will be refresh from directory. How do we feel about it? RPWH says 9C. Oh god. I always aim high in Celsius, because I natively am Fahrenheit, but I do my best to be able to convert. I know when people say 20C, that's like, oh, so that's comfortable. It's like, it's slightly warm. People leave their houses at like 18 to 20, right? So anything below that, you know, it's like, okay, that's when it gets cold and that's when it gets hot. At least that's my little system. It works. I guess I'd have to change a file now. So it doesn't just show up, as you can see. But when I refresh, hey, it shows up. Okay, it works. It works. We added a refresh button. That's pretty pog. Nope, we didn't do that one. We've done that one. We did that one. Let's accept a single command line argument. Why not? Oh, can we? I don't think we can. We don't even have access to main, which is a little bit rough. Can we access our arguments in app? Yeah, we have argc and argv. Okay. So we'll say if argc is greater than 1. So if any amount of arguments are passed. Okay. Where are we at? If any amount of arguments are passed, use the first argument passed as a directory to start in. Okay, so how can we do this? So we have to have a starting directory. This thing. So we're just gonna have frame. Yeah, so frame, when we construct it, needs to know which directory. So we could just have a standard string directory, dir path, right? I think that's okay. And then we could just get dir path up here. So a standard string of just the current directory, or to do update this thing. RPWH says 20 is like room temp. Hey, I'm on my game. So now in frame we can just say standard string dir path. Should have copy and pasted that, whatever. And then when we say dot dot, use dir path, dir picker, use dir path. And we can say if, I don't know what to do. If we'll just ensure it's a dir path before, if it is one. So string first argument, so this should be dir path, is going to be equal to argc. Have to use toString. Oh, that's int to string. Is that how this works? I'd like to create a new string from argc. But it wants it to be a char. I want it to be a char pointer. How do we do this? How do I get a string from a char pointer in C++? This is how you can tell I've never used the standard library. Also, frame needs standard string or path for everything to stop complaining. I think you should be using argv, not argc. Oh, that's probably my issue. You're correct. This is why you don't try and use C terminology in C++. My brain isn't in C mode right now. Okay, so all I have to say is dir path equals standard string of argv plus 1, I would say. How do I do that? Okay, here we go. So we can get an array string of arguments. Why don't they just have an iterator or something? Dot. Okay, so we can do it a little bit differently. We can definitely still check argc, but we can also have count, get count, index, blah, blah, blah. So index 1, which is the second one. What is index? Cannot be narrowed from type int to char. Okay, let's figure this out. To me, index would return one of the arguments, but maybe it's not what that means. It says it returns an int, I see. So that maybe gets the index of an item. So is there an at? There's no at, there's a sign. Do we just use the array operator? Maybe we just use the array operator. Maybe that's why I'm freaking out. argv1. Well, it's a custom thing. By this argv is within a wx app. See what I mean? It's a wx command line args array. Does that mean it's a... I don't know if I can just do it. This class is used instead of either char pointer pointer, neither of which should be backwards compatible for argv field of wx app. It tries to look as much as traditional argv as possible. It provides implicit conversions to char pointer pointer and also array-like operator. Okay, so it handles array-like operator. We're good. Should have just read the documentation. We'll try it. So this should just open in the current directory. I wonder if we can, yeah. I thought it might have been an extension to the usual argv, otherwise it might have been confusing to use. Yeah, confusing to use is definitely common. It worked. It worked. Okay. And then pass in okay, we're in the wrong place. That's fair. There we go. It definitely works. Command line argument done. Pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. So we can crack that off the to-do. And we're running down on options. Menu bar, file, open directory selection dialog. Yeah, so that means we'd have to open a directory selecting dialog, which I don't even know. Can we do that? Sure. Okay, generic dir control, dir picker, dir dialog. There it is. This is what we'd have to use. And then what do we do with the dialogue? We create a dialogue. How do we actually get... Am I dumb? How do we actually get... Oh, that's cool. Feel like I'm looking at the a Star Wars ship. Modal and modeless. So modal is what we're dealing with because it's a file dialog. So basically, we can create a dialog. If it's show modal, I don't know what that means. There's a bunch of styles. Okay. And then, okay, there's still no way. How do we get the file from the dialog? So we can open up a file dialog. The user changed idea, okay. Or proceed leading, okay, so then you can call get path, okay. This is very similar to what we're about to write. So basically, we just want to create a file dialog. Let's take this and steal it. What's this format, by the way? Yeah, wildcard filters. Okay, we're gonna have to look at that as well. Okay, so we're going to implement a new frame thing, and it's basically going to be void on directory. I mean, really, it's going to be, we're just going to create a dialog when what? So we need a function so that we're going to create a button in the menu bar, probably in the file menu. That's going to say open directory or something. So we're going to need this open directory. Open directory. Maybe I'll put ... to show it's going to open something. I don't know. Fine with me. Okay, so with this, we can open a directory. We'd like to bind something to it. So we do need to set a specific function to actually be called. So this will be open directory dialog. And then we just have to go implement this. And that's when we can take this thing okay. So we can say open directory. Again, this is going to be open directory or dialog. Sure. What's the crazy underscore for? I don't even want to know. Okay. Empty XYZ files. So we could do what? There's wildcards. What are the parentheses for? Okay. Either way. They're semicolon separated. So there's none. open a directory. So this is probably different on the directory itself. Yeah, the dir dialog is where we're at. So when we're constructing the dir dialog, we have a selector prompt and a default path. So the selector prompt should be open, we'll say search a new directory for tags. I don't know. Maybe try and be more explicit. What is this empty string? Oh, it says at the bottom now. This is default directory. This we want to be up to the dir picker. And then this is a default file. We want that to be wx empty string. What about here? ASCII string, wx file selector default wildcard string. I don't even know what that means. And then this is style. I'm just going to get rid of these then. Okay. Pretty sure I should use braces here. So we create dir dialog. We still have to go create this up in the frame itself. Does it have to be public? Or just formatted correctly? So we open the dialog, and we'd like to say if it was canceled, right? Which is like modal or whatever. If is modal equals wxid okay or something. Is this true? It's back in the file dialog. Dot show modal equals id cancel. Return. Otherwise, we would like to handle basically get data and refresh GUI on the new path, and also set the dir picker path, which is something that is easily forgettable. So we're going to get a string. I think we can make it a string reference equal to, this is going to be the dir dialog get path. What's the issue? What does get path return? Just a string. Okay. Why? Me. Why can I not find what I just did? I was just there. I promise. There it is. Jesus. It'll just be a string then. Is that fine? Why are you mad? Okay, we can't do that way of conversion, so we have to do string, I'm sure. That way we can just pass it around here and here. Again, it's probably by value. It's probably not the best, but we're doing okay. In any case, that should be our open directory dialog finished. Oh, it's not. Oh, bind is upset. Why is bind upset? No matching member function for call to bind. Huh. Oh, I know what it is. That's what it is. I was like, what is going on? But it's an event, so it needs to handle, it needs to have the proper signature. Alrighty, this is going well. A little bit of GUI programming. It's looking much prettier than it was before. And we have a lot more functionality with our directory picker and everything added in. Just in the past 2 hours. Look at that. Look at that. That's an interesting... Just open to this. Oh, I passed in it as a command line argument. I was like, it opened a not dot. This is looking good. Looking like it's working. Oh, okay. Okay. I broke things. So I'm pretty sure if this changes and it's not a directory, things aren't being handled properly. Not a directory. I said here be dragons if you saw it in the output. Okay, dirpath was not a directory. So if that happens, how does that happen at get data? Right? Who calls get data? Get data and refresh GUI. Who calls that? On directory change. So here we should say if file system is dir this thing. Otherwise, just do nothing. And then this is going to be this thing. So we choose to make the picker make a string, and then we check if that string is a directory, and if it is, then we get the data and refresh the GUI. Otherwise, we don't do anything. That looks pretty good. We could also encapsulate this within get data and refresh GUI, but I think this is better, because the program should terminate in the case of an improper programming, which is what that was, right? You should handle, this requires a directory pass to it, versus it just ignoring anything that isn't a directory and doing nothing. I don't know. It probably, that doesn't make any sense. I should probably just put it in get data and refresh GUI. Something like that. In any case, it is working, which I'm happy about. I kind of don't, I hate this gray, but I know that's just Windows by default. Very cool. So now I can type in and it doesn't matter. It just updates in real time. Cool. Cool. I like that. I like that. And there's also, if you want, completions, right? There was completions. There's no longer completions, it looks like. Nope. King Bun says, uh-oh. SpaghettiOs. I don't know, I don't care. I just think it's cool. There it is. Oh, I have to use backslashes because it's Windows. That's what is happening. Backslashes ruin all once more. So you can't just press tab. You have to press down then tab, which is a little funky. Could probably improve that with a subclass. Oh, very cool. It updates in real time as you go through them. Oh. Okay, I like it. Windows, why can't you be normal? Exactly. Uh-huh. I think they should have just made the fonts different. King Bunsa says that's pretty awesome updating. I'm pretty happy with it. Boink. Oh, that's so cool. I wish this didn't hide. I wish it went upwards. This is cool. This definitely is nice. Oh, very nice. I don't know. I want to make these better. I should just use a different GUI framework eventually that looks better. They're worse to use, but they look better. That's the issue. So now everywhere we call is directory. We don't need to do that here. We do need this. I wonder if we can move it. We may be able to move this. We'll think about it. King Bun says, I bet they look better on Linux. I should build it and see. That's a great idea. I can also open a VM. Hey, okay, so this is going well. What am I doing? I should probably commit something to Git. What do we got? We have standard string dir path added to the constructor of frame. We have open directory dialog. Okay, so we have both. Oh, should probably check everywhere else there's is directory. Yeah, I don't have to do this anymore. I mean, I should because... Yeah, we'll do that. We'll just cancel it entirely. That looks good. Okay. Okay, hopefully this is gonna be fine. Let me check things. I can't speak apparently. Checks things. Yeah, let's do it. I've never done this before, but we're gonna try. I'm gonna run a VM while I'm streaming. Will everything break? We will see. So let's add on directory change refresh from directory, because that was a simple one. King Bun says hashtag stay tuned. That's right. We'll see how it goes. I think it's going well. Hey look, testing fun compiler on Windows. On Linux. What am I doing? Okay, then I want to get clone. What do I want to get clone? I want to get clone myself. I want to get clone. C note. Oh, I can't copy and paste. That's right. So it's going to be github.com/lensplaysgame/cnote.git. King Bun says, I've been doing JavaScript for some client at work while watching, and it's so nasty. I can't stand JavaScript. It's so bad. CMake C++ compiler. Oh, I don't have Ninja. I gotta use Make or something. We gotta... Oh, now it's just using the cache. There we go. Oh yeah, we're gonna have to build all of WX widgets in lib format. I forgot. Oh, and also my text editor. I forgot. Been doing stuff. Eat the works. Define key binding. Do I not have the standard lib? Oh, I have to run it from here, that's why. Yep. Yep. In any case, I'll take this little bit of time to plug... Oh, also, what's up, Dagger and Jack? We got two new Discord community members. This is sweet. Thank you for joining. If you're still here, shouts outs to yous. If you aren't aware, I'm working on linguistics and creating entire languages. And I created a font recently, just yesterday, for my one of my first languages that I've really fleshed out. And King Bun says, I still need to learn CMake. I should do a whole stream just on CMake and how to use it and building different things that use CMake and like examples like that. King Bun says, please. Yeah, we will. I'll do it. I don't care. That sounds fun. We're still downloading. It's going to be a rough one. I don't know if I'll have enough room in the file system. Oh, I have 60 gigs free. I'm good. I forgot I expanded it. Where was I? I forgot what I was doing. Emacs. Oh yeah, we can definitely stage some changes. We're trying to get on directory changed. Okay. We'll add that as well. And then we have open directory dialog, refresh from directory, which we want to use. And then we have the dir path, the dir picker, which got changed to the dir path, lots of dir path changes, modified. Okay, so this will be add refresh. And this will be add directory dialog picker. King Bun says, what was your build command you just ran? Never mind, I see. I made a substitution cipher in C yesterday. That was pretty fun. Hey. Oof, I could not find GTK3. Oh, that's a rip. Yeah, WX widgets needs GTK. That's a fat rip. That's why we're going to work on different front ends, which would already work. It's not fully done, but it would already work, to be honest. We just would have to write it. So this is going to be directory dialog picker. Yeah, we'll just call it directory dialog. Good enough for me. Push that bad baby. We'll see how it goes on Linux Mint then. We're still cloning into WX widgets. It's taking some time. Some sweet, sweet time. You can see how we doing on the CPU. Not bad. How we doing on the internet? Oh, not bad. Not bad at all. King Bun still says, oof, I could not find GTK3. That's so bad. But yeah, we're working on that. I wonder what ones are documented. Does GTK4 support GTK3? I think so. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure it has backwards compatibility versions, but I cannot remember for GTK personally, being a Windows user. So now, directory dialog. Hooray, it's updated. So yeah, what would we like to do? I'd like to just remind myself to do some research. Cross-platform Linux GUI library, C++. I just don't know what's going to show up on the search, so I'm waiting to show the stream. This is saying, I've been using GTK. It's great. Okay, well, Qt is more for the KDE environment. However, you can use it in GNOME. So maybe Qt would be another good one if we got KDE and GNOME, because GTK is pretty synonymous everywhere. You know, they recommend WX widgets as well. For cross-platform, use Qt. It's oops and C++. Okay, so we'll try Qt next. What's the license for Qt? What is it? What is Qt licensing? Okay, that's... Where are we at? Okay, Jesus. It's very complicated. Is Qt free and open source? Oh God. Okay. So it's going to be a licensing thing if we want to use Qt. Qt is dual licensed. Basically, if your project is open source, Qt is too. Crazy. Which license is it licensed under? Okay, Jesus. Which license? Oh, okay. It's tiny. It's up here. LGPL v3, I think it said. Pretty much. That's the most limited one. Which is a whole thing. It is a whole thing. Because we are licensed under the MIT license. I guess we can still live with a GPL v3. It should be fine. It should be fine because hopefully this will contain the license in the sub module. And then LGPL, I think, allows you to link to proprietary blobs. Exactly. So if we were using GPL v3, we couldn't use Qt. But because we're using an MIT license that's more permissive, we are fine using a limiting license in our linking. Thinking is hard. But yeah, that'd be fun. We're still cloning. How we doing? We're getting there. It must be a big file. I don't know. We got nearly everything we need. Oh, maybe I have to do like init. I mean, it should do it. Or it should return us to the shell at least. Maybe I should just exit. Maybe it's bugging out. Or maybe it's actually trying to build. Or, I don't know. I don't know what it would be doing. We just said generate a build system is all we wanted to do, which it hasn't done yet. We will see. Gnarly Quack. Also, I missed you saying, hey, Lenzer. How's it going? King Bun says, well, I'm pretty sure I'm on GTK. Oof. Well, then maybe, yeah, maybe they aren't. Or maybe not automatically. Looking pretty good, looking pretty good. Also, I don't know if I mentioned, I updated the README at some point with a bunch of examples. GTK4 definitely has some backwards incompatible changes from GTK3. I see. That's probably the issue then. Hey, look, we made it further. We got all of this. Now we just need its submodules. Christ. GTK4 basically does away with menus as far as I know. I see. King Bun says, oh, beautiful. In any case, where are we at? What do we got to do? We did that. We could subclass button and allow for left and right clicking. How do we do that? There's only one event emitted, so how do we know what button is clicked? Maybe we have to override something? Kingbun says, I had GTK libs but not source. You might also need to install libgtk3dev. But built without issue though. Okay, I'll add that into the README then. README. Sudo apt install none of those. libgtk3dev. We'll go with that. Sure. On Windows, though, WX is supposed to use Windows native widgets? Yes. The only reason on Linux they have to use a GTK is because Linux doesn't actually, it's a kernel. It doesn't have a GUI library. You have to write one. Gnarlyquack says GTK is also C-based. Yes. Which is why many users of GTK use it when they're programming. So they can use it from pure C easily. I think that's good. We'll add that into the README. Although I think there's GTK MM, which provides C++ bindings. Yeah, I think they have GTK+. Well, GTK+ is the C binding, but then I think you're right. The MM is the... They do have the C++ bindings. I remember reading about that when I was figuring out which widgets library to use for this series. We have add docs on necessary libs Linux. What do we got? What does it say? Looking for GDK windowing. X11, not found. Wayland, not found. So it looks like I probably have the same thing. Yeah, GTK3. Could not find GTK3. Okay. So sudo apt install libgtk3dev. Hold on. I don't remember it. Okay. Should be good. My bad. No technical difficulties. False alarm. I just pressed the wrong hotkey when changing scenes. We'll see how it goes. Yep, it's beginning. Oh my. Gnarly Quack says, looks like WX still uses GTK3 under the hood on Linux. It probably makes sense to do it. I'm sure there's reasons. Okay, so now we've built it. So now we have done -b out. We can now just build it with --build out. Starting with lib format. And this is going to take a while. Oh, there's a lot of errors. Okay. What is the error? Vector is not a member of standard. I just didn't include vector. Okay. RIP. I guess it's on me. How did it let... So on Windows, file system or something must include vector. King Bun said standard vector. Is it misspelled? No, it's not misspelled. I was like, we just have to include it. In C note as well, I'm sure. Okay. So we can also do that here really quick. What's it gonna open in? I'll just gedit. Yep. I guess I don't wanna, yeah, we'll just push and pull. King Bun says, I just got the error you did, lol. Awesome. Yeah, I'm fixing it now. So this will be include vector. Git fetch. Git pull. Okay. I could have done a git merge because I already fetched. I always forget. Don't worry about it. Gnarly Quack says, now this is software development, Kappa. Yes. Adding an include vector. Truthfully mind-blowing. Oh, we still got a bunch of issues. Now what do we get? Oh, Lord. Vector is not a member of standard. In cnote.h. Ah, I did it in the wrong file. Look at me. Look at me being a genius. Yeah, this is cnote.cpp. Lamau. Oh, Lamau. King Buns, don't poll yet, is my only recommendation. Do not poll. If you did the poll that I did, I'm sorry. You're gonna have to deal with some stuff. Because we about to force push main. I guess I shouldn't even remove that. I should keep it in cnote.cpp and add it to the H. Kronborg says, Linux Mint is such a nice distro. Sundrings, I miss it. Sundrings? Vivek says, lurk, cat wants out. Lamau. Gnarly Quack, why you no compile? Okay, listen. Here's how it's gonna go. Fix. Such a descriptive name because we're about to rebase interactively. And we jump them back in time, baby. And we're gonna squash fix into include vector. Right? And then you just comment to this white space out. Kronborg says, oops, sonderings equals sometimes. Nice, I figured. And then we just do a bit of a force push. And it's like it never happened. Everything is fine. Merge branch main. Why is it want me to merge message? Don't do this. Control X exit, git reset hard main. Mm-hmm. Okay. So now if I did git status. Your branch is ahead of origin main by 2 commits. Oh, I screwed up hard. I want to reset 2 main. Do I have to do git reset hard main? I don't remember. Okay. Nope. That didn't work. What are the latest two ones? What do we got? Add docs unnecessary libs on Linux. Directory dialog. See, I still feel like I have to... I'm missing something. How am I ahead of origin main? How did my git reset hard to main leave me ahead of main? You missed origin. Oh, Lamau. Did I? Oh. Is it origin slash main or origin main? I never remember. There we go. Bless. Kronborg, you're the best. Thank you. Kronborg 10, shoutouts to them. They just fixed it. I always forget that you have to include this remote name because you almost never use remotes, multiple remotes in modern Git. Anyway, we can go back to trying to build. But yeah, King Buns, if you have that same issue. No match function for call the file brace enclosed initializer list. Well, it should call expected parenthesis before token. Why are you so mad? King Bun says, nah, I'm up to date with the new errors. Nice. You're 5 steps ahead of me. I like it. So this is what it wants to call. It says we can't convert from a file system path to a file reference reference. What is it even talking about? So in cnote.cpp, we have a file wrapper. And we have a file constructor here, which takes in a path. Why does it think it's not a path? And why does it also think that same as isn't valid? That's a little worrying. Because I don't know what same as is. Okay, what do we got? This is small. Can I? This is driving me. Okay. It's a little big. That's better. It's at least more readable. What do I got? Wide as possible. So we have no matching function for call the file brace enclosed initializer list. .tag file. So that's a file system path. So it's being extra picky about types here. So when we use the .tag file, we want to, I guess we have to create a constructor that uses the path, because we don't. Or we'd have to create a string view from it. So we can use file system path. Path. Standard string view mode equals R. Sure. And then open, we can just call path to string, right? We could call C string, or yeah, is that going to work? Do we need a regular string? We need a regular string. King Bun says, maybe not. I might be okay at 20%. Oh, pog. So we add a path to this thing. So we just need to add this in here. Nope, here. I wish I could copy and paste right now. A Gnarly Quack says compiler wars. So now we just get the same as issue. I guess I just gotta Google what same as is. Since C++20. So maybe it's not doing the proper C++20 thing? Maybe we need to include concepts. That's probably what it is. C also is same in C++11. Well, I'd love to use that one. So when we use same as here, we need to include concepts here. Let's see if that fixes it, first of all. No such file or directory. So we're not compiling C++20 somehow? Even though in our CMake lists, we set the CXX standard to 20. Maybe it's just not supported by the compiler we have? What compiler do we have? Okay, that's great. Adder to line, CXX compiler. User bin C++. We have GNU 9.3. That's going to be an issue for C++20, I think. Hail Mary? Nope, still 9.3. Okay. So bin slash no. Yeah. So we have GCC 9. And that's the only one. So I have to install a newer one. Maybe or update. Yeah. GCC. Yes, we get libgcc. So it'd probably be at the top, GCC 10. I think that's what I use on Windows, right? Yeah, 10.3. Where's GCC? It's by itself. It's way old. Okay. I guess I just do GCC-10 and hope for it. What do we got? GCC 10. Can I get like x86 64 Linux so it's quick? I'll just get GCC 10. Alrighty. Alrighty, this is going well. Getting it to work on Linux. Kingbun says sudo apt update and sudo apt install build essential. Should have all of that. Maybe. This is an old version of Linux Mint. I haven't updated it in forever. So trying to update the entire system is not something I want to do right now. I'd rather just install a newer version of GCC. Which comes with C++, SAN, address sanitizer, and the dev files. We can hope, we can hope. All right, that's going to take a little bit. So that should fix our same as issue because we need to include concepts. Should make sure this works on this as well, I guess. I'm in the wrong spot. See, we reconfigured. I wonder if the GTK thing has to do with WX widget's compatibility level. Hey, it still works. Very cool. Okay, so now, cool. Do I have to tell it to use GCC 10 probably? Yeah. I have to do $CXX. Okay, hopefully this will do something. No such file or directory as concept still. Okay, so can I do a new generation? It's unhappy. GCC 10 is not able to compile a simple test program. It fails with the following output. Cannot execute CC1 plus, no such file. Oh yeah, so I definitely need... GCC 10 may still not be new enough for C++ 20. Do I just need to build GCC then? No, I should just go download it, really. Pretty sure there should be binaries for x86 64 Linux. Just do apt install build essential. Okay. We can try. I don't think it'll give... Yeah, there you go. So we're looking for GCC 12. For Christ. They don't have Linux binaries here. Those are GNU Fortran. Gotta love the good old GCC organization. Okay, what do we got? We'll go for this one. So I'm looking for GCC 12. I see up to GCC 11.2 in this one. Oops. These are very old, but 12.2. Is this what I need? I'm pretty sure this is what I need. This is GCC 12. It's a mirror of GNU FTP. 12.2.0. I'm pretty sure 12.3.0 just came out. That's going to be the source, though. Is it really? There's no binaries. This is a rip, man. Like, what? So the newest GCC, okay, we're doing another apt search, and then I gotta go soon. I gotta get out of here. Is there GCC 12? There's no GCC 12. King Bun says I have 11.2. I'm just lucky like that. I really do just have to do a sudo apt-get update. But there's like 390 to update, and it's not going to be pleasant. So I'll do that after today's stream. Fix the VM. Nothing. So we have GCC 10, 8, 9. There's no like GCC snapshot or anything I can see. I sent a picture of a GUI in the Discord. Hey. Hey, that's beautiful. It happened. Also, it does build on Linux. There's proof. That looks really good, honestly. It looks way better than this terrible Windows crap. Okay, well, we got it down to problems. We should probably say it requires GCC like 12. Because I'm pretty sure, I guess TDM 64 is what's providing the support. Maybe it's in a patch. I don't even know, because I have 10.3 and it's fine. That's a rip. That's a rip. I'll just sudo apt-get update after today's stream. Gnarly Quack says, which library is requiring a C++20 compiler? That seems aggressive to me. It's something Sir Aid wrote, as you might have guessed. It's this same as stuff, which I don't actually know what it does. It says standard same as autopath. Can we just do is same? I don't think so. It's a const expr thing. So that you can evaluate that the types passed to this are same as a file system path, but may not be identical. If that makes sense. I don't know. We could just get rid of it. Let's just get rid of it. What if we just did that? That's also another option. And then we could go to CMake lists. Can we drop down to 17? We're gonna try. Yeah, we still need C++20 for string views. Gnarly Quack says, oh, I didn't know that, lol. There's a lot of stuff that we rely on C++20 for. All right there. It is 2020, almost 2023. I don't think it should be crazy to use the C++ standard that isn't even most recent. C++23 has already happened. Like, I think we're good. It's a modern program which requires modern solutions. So I'm gonna get that ready. And then think about what else I can do. I should probably add that back. Well, this is really cool. Wrong place. Once again, I'm good at that. Okie doke. Should probably just put this like in an if win32 and if. That way, you don't have to deal with DLLs on Windows. It's not a bad move. Hey. So here's a real-world example of me using it. So when I write about linguistics, I tag it with linguistics. And then if it's tech, I tag it with tech. So here's all my LaTeX files and all my PDFs generated from them. Very cool. And then I also have lore and stuff like that. File sorting is working. Very cool. That didn't work though. I wonder why. It's interesting that some of them are using full paths and some of them aren't. Wonder why why that is. We should probably always use canonical paths or absolute paths or whatever they're called, and then reduce them to their file name when we're showing them. So let's try doing that. Always store canonical paths. It's probably going to be in C note. So when we get a file path and create a new entry from it, what do? That's for the .tag file. This is up here. We say entry file path equals path. So what we would actually like to do is fs absolute. King Bun says, wait, how to unselect tag? You just click it. Try control clicking it. I don't know. I'm not on Linux. It's just a OS-based dialog. But to select and deselect multiple things, Linux may treat it the same as like how you select and deselect multiple files with control click. So hopefully that's fine. So now they should all be absolute all the time. Why did this change? Not sure what changed. King Bun says you can unclick all but the first tag. You need to control click the first tag, but if you control click once too much, bad things happen. He. Really? What kind of bad things? Oh no. Does just the GUI break something I did? Do you think it's still GTK? Because in Windows, you just click left click and it works. Everything's fine. You can control click all you want. Everything always works. King Bun says, bail out, IoT instruction core dumped. Oh no. Yeah, on Windows, it doesn't matter if I'm holding control, anything. King Bun says, GTK brtree.c 931 GTK red black tree node find offset assertion failed node. Gnarly Quack says bad things happen. It's a Halloween GUI. Lamau. So that worked. See? Okay, so now in the .tag file, we have to do the same thing. Where we have to do file system absolute. How about that? King Bun says, it works fine, just some weird Linux quirks. Other than that, runs great. Ayy. Gnarly Quack says, could be issues with the WX binding. Yeah, absolutely. It could be an issue in WX widgets itself. I doubt WX widgets has a bug in the entirety of Linux, but it's possible. But it's also weird that GTK would have an issue. We could look into it. It would basically be WX listbox Linux. Let's see if there's anything we can find. What do we have? What's the issue? Selection problems. That's not not very good. Says it is fixed by recent patch, but apparently not. WX listbox. Oh boy. This looks like it. If a WX listbox gets disabled and there's an item from the list selected, the selected item isn't visible anymore. No, it's definitely not that. Probably has to do with GTK though. Craziness. Okay, here it is. Multi-selection WX Whiskbox. Doesn't send deselection events correctly. Also exists under Microsoft and GTK, as can be seen in the widgets example. If you used extended selection mode, add 3 items to the list box, select all of them, and then click on the second one, deselecting the 2 others. You only get deselection event for the item 0, but not item 2. So it has some funky... Oh man. So GTK bindings and WX widgets definitely have an issue. King Bun says, did that say 2001? What, the last issue we were on? I don't even know. It probably did. Craziness. This says 2005. The first one. This first one? Or the first one I looked at? I don't even remember. It looks like they're in order, so the oldest ones would be last. Something within them may have been. From 2001, though. This one's from 2005. Still unsolved. Open issue. It takes a little bit. So good. But yeah, I think it's that bug. With the get selection, nope, multi-selection list box. Doesn't send deselection events correctly. King Buns says, I was just like, not a big deal. I was just like, whoa. King Bun says, little bit. Yeah, it just takes a little bit of time. So yeah, it looks like it's definitely a common bug in WX GTK bindings. Just a pull request I gotta make, I guess. What is it? Source list box? No, it's gotta be so complicated. It's gotta be insane. There it is. Something in here. It's only 1,000 lines. It's probably doable. But it's probably a very complicated event scheduling issue. And I don't want to think about that. I suspect the number of devs continuously breaking GTK APIs is greater than the number of WX devs trying to keep up. You right. Probably try and fix it though. Oh Christ. There's some complicated things to it. It's like a 200-line constructor. Not bad. That's what I have to do later. Not that. Yeah. So we now should use absolute paths everywhere. The reason it takes so long to compile is because we're linking in the entirety of WX widgets every time. As well as lib format. So we now have the absolute address. It's not normalized, which is a bit annoying. But it doesn't matter, because we're not going to show slashes in there anyway. The GUI now needs to say, when creating and adding to the entry list, when we add the button, don't just get the file path string. Get the file path dot file name. Okay, so when the file path has a file name, do that. Otherwise, use the file path itself. And then either way, we're going to need to convert this thing into a string. That's a mess. That's C++ right there. So it's in GTK red black tree. Oh God. Gnarly Quack says, good luck with it, Lenzer in chat. I need to head out. I do as well. But it's been amazing having you, Gnarly. Thank you for tuning in. Hey. It still works. And assumedly, that's so cool. I love the real-time updating as you type. It's pretty pog. So cool. Very cool. I'm into it. Gnarly Quack says thanks, and thanks for streaming. Of course. Of course. That's much better. That is much better. So in the list box, why is there a red-black tree? I don't even know. There's no RB tree. It's got to be like an iterator or something. I don't even know. Oh man. So I'd probably have to do a stack dump to figure out what's actually calling the red-black tree, to figure out what's going on. It could just be GTK tree. Anything here. Tree shows up a lot. So I'm assuming that the GTK tree model has something to do with it. Oh boy. It says red black tree node find offset. So maybe it's like trying to get something by an index. It's not working. That's what I would guess. Handle sortable stuff. Get container, add widget, tree view. Well, there you have it. I don't know. So when do we deselect or select things? Set string, get count, find string. On selection changed. Calc and send event. There's only one of those. Suspicion. Suspicion. Vivax says, unlurk, I'm back. Hey, what's up, Vivax? King Bun says, just don't try to unselect anything. Problem solved. Lamau. It's true. You know what we could do? Are you willing to do some more testing for me? WX list box. There's also something called, where is it? Checklist box. King Bun says unselect nothing, not anything. You are fine as long as nothing is selected and you don't try to unselect again, you are fine. That's fair. I see where you're coming from. We could use a checklist box and hope, and dearly, dearly hope that it works. You want to try that? Let's try that. So when we create a list box, how about we only say, I did this wrong. I think that's the way to go. Screwed that one up. Don't mind me. So here. It's a little confusing, but it works. So tag list is either a checklist box or a list box. So now, checklist box. I mean, ideally, everything should be the same, right? Because they're basically the same. What would be the difference? What do we call on tag list? We just have to make sure that exists on checklist box. Tag list indices, tag list set. So can we call checklist box set? We inherit from, pretty sure it should be here. We inherit from list box, which should have set inherited as well. But maybe inherits from item container. I don't know where set would come from. You can still create from a number in an array. I think it may just be able to be swapped out literally. I wish I could test this better without just forcing it on someone else. So if we just define this as a checklist box, and then when we create the tag list, we have to say the same thing. We could also test for like GTK specifically, if there's a way to do that. King Bun says, you have time, don't gotta do it today. Can do another stream with it and update your VM if you'd like. That's true. So is it check list box? It is check list box. We'll just include it, just in case. Here's the thing. We're gonna try it. I'm gonna do it for you, chat. I have time now today. At least a little bit. Oh, I gotta pass you back over here. Okie doke. It's happening in the background. We'll see if the stream goes to crap. In any case, it's a 500 megabyte download. Oh boy. In any case, we can keep working. We can keep working. We fixed the path thing happening. King Bun says GG easy. now have absolute paths stored all the time, which means that even if we go somewhere else, it still doesn't work. That's wonderful. It just doesn't work with the PDF files for some reason. Maybe it doesn't exist. That's probably what it is. I mean, it exists right here. Definitely exists. I'm not sure why that's bugging out. So what is that running? It's running explorer.exe on tree creature overview.pdf. Ah, I know what the problem is. So when we're creating the... Interesting, I don't know what the problem is. When we're creating a tag file, we definitely use the absolute path. So the path to this should be absolute, including this. What if it's not? Okay, let's think about that. So if it wasn't, we would just have to see. Also, the stream looks like it's going okay, so hopefully the downloading doesn't affect things too bad. What was I doing? I was trying to see whether or not the path was absolute or not. So when we did like has file name type of stuff, we'd want to not do that. We'd want to just do something simpler, like file path, right? Entry.file path. And then this still needs to be a string. Something like that. Okay. Check on the VM. 20%. Nice, it won't be too bad. For G++9. We'll see what I get. We'll see what I get. I'm probably going to have to do this, then an update, and then another upgrade, by the way, which is going to be just wonderful. We're going to try. Hey, it came to life. So you can see it worked here. But the slashes are backwards instead of forwards. Oh man, that one didn't work either now. Why did that one not work now? Why do you do this? It was working, I'm pretty sure. And they both opened at different places, which is pretty pog. Okay. How about that? I broke it all. So what if I go to dot? Does dot work? Dot does work. So what if I did like dot slash dot dot slash dot dot slash dot dot slash dot dot? I guess I have to use backslashes. I still can't get. So what if I did slash misc or to like the... See, now they're all backslashes and none of them work. Oh, nope, the text ones work now as backslashes. These don't work. Okay, this is interesting. This is an interesting one. So let's have it tell us what command we're running. How we doing? 35%. Stay hydrated. There it is. Didn't work. Didn't work. Should file system flush as well. So we're running explorer.exe, this in quotes, select, but we're not saying select on the PDF. Well, that's an interesting tidbit. That's probably the main source of our woes. Can we normalize these paths? This is driving me crazy. Do we have like file system normal? Equivalent file size is character file is empty. There's got to be some way. We can't normalize anyway. Path separator, nothing. So what if it's on the entry itself? Nothing. Okay. Normalize, no separator. We have preferred separator as an actual thing, but not any way to actually get the separator to the same one, which is kind of annoying. Just want them to all look the same, man. %50 there. So the reason that's going wrong is for some reason in Explorer. So is regular file or is it document file? Like what kind of file is a PDF? I would think it is a regular file. Maybe it's a character file? What is that? What is a character file? I gotta look this up. It's driving me a little crazy. C++. Okay. C++ file system. What if I just look at file system path and normalize? Lexically normal? What? They do not check that the paths exist, do not follow send links, and do not blah blah blah. Nice. Let's use that. Lexically normal. I still don't know what a character file is. That's a character device. So that's like a terminal. They're talking about a terminal. That's a weird way to say it. We don't want to accept select terminals. Is other. What is other? Okay, let's go with is other. Hopefully that works. What else were we looking at? We were also looking at lexically normal. So in C note, when we say absolute, we can say lexically normal. And hopefully that will make it the same across all of them. We can show the same style of paths instead of forward slash and backslash. And then we can also make sure the file exists, I guess. That still didn't work. What is a PDF? Whoa. Linux is doing some funky things in the background, I'm pretty sure. This is so annoying. No, not KB. Let's Stack Overflow. Exactly. I know, but it doesn't treat it as a regular file. Why? If anybody knows, let me know. I guess we just do like a custom. We have to, I guess. Can I check extension? So if file path has extension, file path extension equals PDF, or this happens. So if extension is PDF, thanks Google Drive. So helpful. 55%. It's done in 1 hour and 40 minutes. How much you want to bet my ISP is rate limiting? That's never gonna finish, boys. Oh no. We did it. Still didn't work. Fuck me, man. Does nothing, huh? Yeah, it didn't work. So does the extension equal .pdf? King Bun says, what in the back country? Yeah, apparently PDFs are not regular files or other files. So isn't that fun? Or things are just horribly broken with this. That I don't even know. But it seems like it's working. Except for with PDFs. Yeah. So that didn't work. And that did work. Okay, now the confusion sets in. This PDF isn't able to be selected in this way. It is not. Why? You just can't select a PDF? This doesn't make any sense. Windows, why? Why? I don't know what to do about that. Does it have to do with this being here? Okay. Okay. Why? So what if we did file system path? Oh man, this is such a huge mess. So why doesn't it work? At what point does it break? Do I have to use forward slashes? Again, I screwed that up. There's no PDF. Okay, no. Forward slashes do not work. What about capital letter D? No. What about okay. Had to try it. What do we got? This is a file's name, and it exists, I promise. Does it not? Tree underscore creature underscore overview, the PDF. Explorer. .exe. That thing. Select. That works. What about? So what about slash programming schema? Oh wait, that's wrong. That's very wrong. This is wrong. What ls command that is? This is new shell. New shell is how you spell that. I don't remember how to get the version or anything. Your ISP is destroying you right now. Yeah, they're not being nice. Yeah, they oh, thanks. Thanks, Linux. You're the best. But they're not gonna it's never gonna let me do it. It's never gonna happen. Just being realistic. I'll never be able to test on Linux again. RIP. In any case, it's fine. Who cares? If file path extension is PDF. So can I just say format print if that format print PDF file. I'm pretty sure this works. I just want to make absolute certain. Okay, then I'm going to say standard flush out. Probably has to include IOStream for that. Or at least OStream. So many things going on. Yep, thank you. Just gonna yeet that. Okay, where are we at? We are at, it's working, but that isn't. So PDFs still aren't able to be selected as files. And I'm sure PDF file, running command, blah, blah, blah. So it is PDF file, that does work. Sounds like I'm saying PDF file, it's terrible. PDF file. So when it's a PDF, we're choosing the wrong command. See how this is to the, this is the working directory, if that makes sense. So I think what we have to do, this is so odd. So the PDF file added through the tag, lexically normal. So we should get this absolute path. And then we should say, okay, but get the lexically normal version. I don't see what the issue is of that. File path is okay. And then up above, there's also going to be another file path is Okie doke, not formattable. So we probably have to do dot string. See what we get, we'll see what we get. Should probably do some of this tomorrow, but it's fine. This is a good thing to solve. It'll be a large bug fixed. Wonderful. You can see the issue is that this is the wrong thing. So we say file path is blah, 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 blah. See, these are incorrect. I see what I have to do now. I see what I have to do now. So when the tag file, we read a path from it, it's a relative to the directory. Okay. So this thing here is incorrect because this thing here is relative. Okay. We're beginning to get it. So we have a relative path. And it's relative to something. So can we do like construct? So can we construct an absolute with a directory and a thing? Or do we have to join the directory we're in? So what directory are we in? I guess we have a directory iterator, right? Somewhere? Directory iterator. So if we say if has.tagfile .tagfile equals path. Yes, it does. Because that's a path in the directory. So path is our actual directory path. So we would like to say the absolute of path, join that with the absolute. No, not the absolute. Join that with this thing. And use that as your file path. All right, we'll see what we got. We can close all these duplicates. Looking good, looking good. Gotta love. Oh, Emacs is not looking good. Emacs is out. We were nearly there. Oh, it opened. So hopefully when we close this, everything fixes itself. See, this is still incorrect. Still very incorrect. And Emacs came back when that happened. Crazy. Weird. So you can see that we still are somehow getting the wrong file path. It's almost as if we're still printing out file path is. That doesn't make any sense. We got rid of that. So the recompile didn't happen? Is that what's happening? I don't know what. We'll see. We'll see. Try out the recompile. Okay, it opened 2. That was probably the issue. two versions of, of the program were open, and I probably just missed it. Lol. Okie doke. That's wonderful. It's the correct path now. Is it the forward slashes now? It's got to be the forward slashes. Please tell me it's the forward slashes. We go through and change them. Oh, running. Lol. Oh, okay. Jesus Christ. Okay, so lexically normal and CNOP. That's a mess. A right mess. All I can ask for is that it works now. Please. Please, moment of truth. PDF. Hey, it worked, finally. Oh, that was rough. That was very rough. We can now get rid of this full paths display, which is somewhere, entry list. Oh, King Bun says GG. Yes. Also, Anshul XYZ, shout out for the follow. I missed it 30 minutes ago. That's how much attention I pay. So why would PDF is not regular file? C++, oops. Hey. Very good. It works. Interesting. So how does isRegular... What is a regular file? Like, where's that defined? Equivalent to type equals file type regular, equivalent to isRegular file status p, etc. If file system is regular file, S is regular file. Okay. Maybe it's... I don't even know. I have no clue why a PDF is not a regular file. I've got nothing on that. Yeah, no clue. I still have no clue. If anybody knows, let me know. That'd be awesome. Crap. Oh yeah, I was looking at that. FLTK, QT, and TK. Interesting. What are the widgets? Because I'm curious. Oh my. Not quite as good of a documentation as there could be. It's all one one page. Not sure how I feel about that. Some interesting stuff out there, though. We'll definitely have to look into that. Either way, we can now do some compiles. Okay, what do we get? We got concepts. Yeah, that's the thing that's needed. We get path. Honestly, I don't know if we need standard same as path. I don't know why we would need it. But maybe Sir Aid knows more than me. I have no clue. Not one clue. This feels like that's the implementation. I don't know. It's fine. I can probably just do this as well. Instead of implementing anything in here. No? Not happy with that one? It's ambiguous. Okay. Okay. Because these can both be path. That makes sense. Interesting. Okay. Anyway, I think we are well on our way. We've done quite a bit, and it's going well. In that case, I think it's a good time. Our program works, and at least on Windows. King Bun says, I think so as well. Hey. I'll have to look into whether we should do a checklist box or not on Linux, if we can get around it. Honestly, we could just replace this whole thing with a checklist box, but I like how the list box functions. The checklist box seems inferior. Hey, this is Pog. Okay, so I just need to get rid of running command. King Bun says, I like the list box. Hey, good. I wish we could use it on Linux. It's just the GTK bugs I don't want to deal with. But yeah, I'll try and see if I can get something like this working after the stream, or maybe, I don't know. Let's make a little commit and then we'll get out of here. During this time, I'm just going to mention, it would be awesome if you would check out the links down below, if you have not already, that is. You can check out the Discord, where we find all sorts of fun things. We can share anything, and look at that. 3 new people in the Discord today. Thank you so much. Join all these wonderful people in this wonderful community, and we talk about linguistics. We talk about everything. We do it all. Share your stuff, whatever you make. Anyway, let's keep on staging. Let's keep on staging. That's the Discord. Also, check out the YouTube, which has all my previous broadcasts, which will be including this one as soon as can be. And we're going to leave the list box stuff out until I can test it. We're going to make sure that PDFs work. WX checklist, again, only if Linux. That's more path stuff. More path stuff, and more path stuff, I think. It's main.cpp, that should be us. I also forgot to write this. Don't use DLLs on Windows. This avoids the need to drag them around with the executable. Perfect. And we'll take that as well. Okay. I'm going to say fix file path bugs. Woot woot. And then this will be progress made on the third stream. What is it? 19th of October, 2022. Hey. So if anybody's following along video-wise, they can catch where we are easily. Can just push that into Origin main, and we are good to go. Deal with that Linux checklist box stuff eventually. Anyways, thank you all so much for checking this out. Be sure to check out those links down below. Also the donate button if you would like to have a message read on stream or your name shouted out or anything like that. The most recent donation, RPWH, shout out them, $10 with the thank you for the stream, mister. Thank you, RPWH. We thank you for your contributions to the channel and keeping us going. With that being said, I think we are done. It is quickly becoming time that I am not welcoming and I am saying goodbye. We had a ton of fun. We got a ton of stuff done today, including almost all of our to-do list, which is wonderful. And the program is actually becoming useful. That's awesome. King Bun says, Guten Tag. Aw, thank you. Vivak says, thanks for the stream, was good background noise. King Buns, thanks for the stream. Thank you all so much. I had a fun time, and it wouldn't be the same without you guys here. So thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Wholeheartedly. Yeah, I have some stuff to do, but then I'll be on the Discord later today. So if you have any questions or anything like that, pop them in there. And I'll see you then. I'll see you in the next stream as well. Bye-bye. Bye, everybody. Have fun. Love you.